Ladies and gentlemen, live from T-Briz Studios, it's the Adult Baby Show.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Adult Babies Podcast, episode 247. I am B.
I'm Chic.
And we are at a new place.
New place, new studio, new producing.
Yes.
And we couldn't be happier right now.
Ryan Brook,
Hey, yes, hi.
thank you for joining us.
That's my pleasure.
Thanks for being a part of this extravaganza.
I'm excited about it.
How you doing?
Good. Yeah. I've been working on making this look as good as possible.
Well, it looks fantastic.
It already looks light years ahed of what we had, so we're thrilled.
Yeah.
I think that's why I was excited about joining this, because the bar was so low that I was like, it would be so hard for me to disappoint them.
Yeah.
Oh, and yeah, we're easy to please. It's just
Literally,
like,
all you needed was that round light there, and be like, all right, we got it.
We had to change the whole game.
I mean, you could have did the exact same thing that we did, and just we didn't have to do it, and I'm on board.
Yeah, no, this is actually fantastic. You did a great job. It was worth the hour drive here. I'll say that. It was
After
worth
driving
it.
all day for work, right?
Yeah. Well, that's why he drives, and I just sit.
Yeah, and I don't mind a nice drive. You probably get a little more nervous in the ride than I do when we're going, because I like to smoke a little on my way.
And he's a terrible driver. Like
Not a terrible driver.
he's not great. You're not great, Chick.
I think I'm fantastic. I'm a confident driver in myself, and I don't think he's confident in me,
I'm
which
definitely not
makes him
confident.
nervous on some of the maneuvers I make. I chintz a lot.
What does that mean?
Chintz is so if you're coming on an on-ramp or an off-ramp, you ride it in like the fast lane as far as you can before you get over.
Do that.
And that bothers you so much.
You're just not a respectful driver.
I don't know if I let a lot of people go.
So most people don't like driving somebody else because they're concerned for their safety. They're concerned for other people's...
I'm also concerned for my safety.
Stop.
He's not a great driver, but I'm happy that he drives.
I get you
I'd rather not
everywhere
drive.
you have to go.
No, you do. Chick is my.
Not yet.
Not yet. Come close a few times, but
That'll be the way that we, like
Don't
most
say that.
famous bands go in their tour bus usually has a big accident or a plane crash. We would go, me and you drive into a comedy event, and I just happen to maybe pass out at the wheel
that's
or
what
something.
he does. Because sometimes he coughs hard and he passes out. So like that's been a problem. But we're not. You know what this podcast is like? This podcast is like a band. It's like a band like Journey that like every couple of years a new member we leave and then we replace them with somebody else. You get a new band.
You never know when they're either going to just quit mid-show or leave the country.
or leave the. Yeah, we've had two guys quit in the weirdest way. I mean, Taylor leaving in the middle of the show, and then Chris just moving to another country, and we barely even hear from him anymore.
I know. And
Maybe that's on us too.
I know. I was going to say, we probably can't totally blame it on him. That's probably it. But when you're in another country, it makes things a little hard.
When you're not around,
out of sight. I don't want to say out of sight, out of mind, because that's
No,
a little
he's in
mean,
mind.
but he's in mind.
Did you ever think about bringing him in like on a Zoom episode?
we've done
it.
We've done a few of those.
And the other issue with that is the time difference, because it's like he's got to stay up till
Where is he?
he's in right now. I think last I saw he was in Germany. I saw
Yeah, I was gonna
photos
say
on
Serbia.
Instagram that he was in Germany, but he's living in Serbia. He's got like a semi-citizenship, not citizenship. What is it? He's got like a
I don't
word.
think he's ever coming back.
Yeah, I don't think he's come back. He's got some sort of like passport from Serbia. Like he's like a Serbian resident to an extent.
Yeah, something like that. We really have no idea, to be honest.
That's the other thing, is we don't know anything about him, really.
We don't know. Even when he comes on, we don't know much about what's going on out there. But
But he's in Europe right now, enjoying himself.
Yeah.
And we're here not enjoying ourselves. Well,
I'm enjoying myself.
you're enjoying yourself. I had a rough week, but I'm back on.
Can we get into your week? So we apologize. We didn't record last week. You had texted me earlier in the week. You were having a bad week.
Yeah, I just said I'm having I can't even call last week depression based. It was more frustration about some financial stuff to the point where I was so like in a hole that I put myself in a literal hole where I was like, I just didn't leave my house. I didn't even watch TV. I was like sitting in my room, like looking at a wall for like all night. It was just like, didn't want to talk to anybody.
Yeah.
So I was like, we're not recording. And then like halfway through the week, I felt a little better. And I was like, yeah, you still want to do it? And at that point.
Yeah, you seemed to check out at one point.
I checked out real earlier in the week, and then I checked back in, and it was too late.
See, I thought it was all depression. You really
Because they kind of go like hand in hand. Yeah, like my depression doesn't help when I'm in these situations.
Yeah.
But it was more of just, some bills and things piled up, and I was like, basically a whole check was gone before I even, like, it was just, I had no money. It was a bad couple weeks.
All right.
And it just I hit like an emotional, it was like, I don't want to be around and do anything.
Yeah, I was worried for you. That's why usually I bust your chops when you're like,
yeah,
I
you
can't
did
do it. And I was like, no problem. You're fine.
I was
feel bad for
surprised
you.
that you weren't going to be like, oh, here we go.
You almost were like what do you like? You were waiting for me to give you shit about it.
I was, because I'm used to that.
And when I said nothing, you were like, "Are you sure?" I was like, "Yeah," because like we've said many times on this podcast, your depression sort of hits in a cycle. And last week,
it's like a period.
it is. And last week you hit it.
Yeah, but I usually like to record.
Yeah.
While I'm like doing that.
Sometimes it's like that's what you need to get out of it.
Yeah, sometimes when I'm
like that.
And that's why when I'm depressed, I would like to come on and talk about it. Last week was more of like just frustrated and anger, where it was like I don't have like these issues to talk about. I'm fucking broke. I had like things piled up, and I have no money. That's why I'm pissed. You know what I mean?
Is it
like
bills?
Yeah, it was bills. Listen, I mean, I don't spend. I'm not the best with spending, but yeah, it was just a couple things that just piled up and all hit at once. And I had to pay it, and I was just wasn't good. And it leads me into emotional, like, I don't want to talk to anybody. I'm just pissed at myself.
Yeah, I think your words were, "I'm done with the world."
Oh, jeez.
That's what he said.
That's extreme.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's always extreme. I like to take things to a level that they're not at.
Yeah, and I've been dealing with this, Ryan, for like, 3 or 4 years with this podcast. So like, I know. Has it been that long? Jesus Christ!
Wow, really?
Finally, we're in a real.
Started in like 18.
Yeah, so I've seen a lot of this, but last week you sounded extra off.
Dude, one night I literally stayed in my room and did not watch any TV. Wasn't on my phone. I was just like laying down trying to go to sleep, but couldn't, staring at my ceiling for
Really?
like 5 hours.
That's.
It was just like I put myself in these little like holes.
So it makes me think like sometimes I feel like I think I'm depressed, but then I hear shit like that. I'm like I've never done that. So I guess I'm all right. I'm all right.
That's
like,
how I feel.
That was like I didn't want to even leave. I would stay in my bed till like 3 in the AM. Like I didn't even want to get out of my bed. Like it was, and then I got up. It was just a useless. It was a complete waste of a day.
You took off from work.
No.
I thought you said you weren't going to work.
That was no, but I went. I don't really.
You ended up going.
Yeah.
Yeah, the same thing with me. Like I'm like, am I? There's times where I'm like, I'm depressed, but like, then I hear from you and some other people we know. I'm like, I think I'm pretty good.
Yeah.
It's like I don't know what is the.
That's why us like actual people who actually have depression get annoyed about the people who are just like, oh, seasonal depression.
Yeah.
Like they're fine every year, and then it's like for a couple months in the winter because it's not sunny out. They're like,
I think that's what I am.
Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with that,
Yeah.
but it's like. That is what it is. It's literally just a seasonal, like, sun's not out, gloom and doom.
But I'm so careful to not use the word depression, to be like I'm depressed. I'm always like I'm just sad. Like this, like I know why I'm sad, and that's different than being depressed. Like I feel like depression is something that almost you can't even put your finger on.
You can't control either, yeah. And like you don't. It almost happens for like a day before you even realize, like, oh, here it comes.
You could feel it coming.
Yeah, but like, listen, dude, you don't want to get out of your bed. Like and when I say it's not like you're tired and it's like, I don't want to get up this morning. It's like literally. If I didn't like force myself out, I could stay in that bed.
Yeah.
All day.
I've never had that.
Like all day.
But you feel better now.
Yes, much better.
Okay.
He felt better by the end of the week.
Yeah, it wasn't even a full week. It was like the weekend and then like Monday and Tuesday. But we like to decide when we're doing it early in the week. So I didn't want to hold him. So I was like, I'm out.
Also, Ryan couldn't make it last Tuesday either.
And
So-
that
Oh,
made
yeah.
it easy
Oh.
because we're like, we'll just, instead of just doing one with just us, we'll wait, take a week off, come back, new beginnings.
I don't get. I don't fall into like a deep depression like that, but I have moments where I'm just like this past week. Chick knows I've been dealing with some sort of injury. It's
I've been telling him to go to the hospital, but you listen and see what you think, Brian.
Okay.
So I got like an injury. It's either a hernia or like a strained muscle. It's like right in here. It's like almost like above my groin area, in that area, right? And
Since Friday.
no. Earlier in the week. And then
So it was even before that day.
yeah. It was leading up. And then I went to work and it was just unbearable. Like I couldn't go. I couldn't work. And I went home. I went to this is what I always do. I go to my parents' house and I vent to them. You know, I hate taking off from work, and I had to do it the day of because I couldn't lift my leg. Even now it still hurts, but like I couldn't lift my leg. I thought I was having what's that thing? I thought my appendix was going to
And
burst.
that's why I'm shocked in you personally for not going to a doctor, but please go.
So I went to my parents. Now I'm also dealing with a dermatology issue on my head.
Okay.
So like, and
Can you show Ryan?
I don't want to show Ryan. I don't want to release it in his house.
Release
It's
it.
disgusting.
Is it airborne?
No.
It's to the point where we were doing an open mic and he took the hat off and the people roasting him didn't even want to roast
yeah,
him.
they're like,
They were like, please put the hat back on.
So I'm dealing with that because the dermatology thing, I have a thing on my head that needs to be cut off. And the doctor, I just found out, my appointment was actually yesterday, but I found out the week before that they don't take my insurance now. So now I had to go to a new doctor. They push it to June. And I'm like, sometimes it just, so I went to my parents' house and I'm dealing with this pain. And my dad's like, you got to go to the doctor. You got to do this. You got to be proactive. And I started crying. I was like, it's just all too much.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it is. And that's when I'm like, am I pushing it off just because I'm afraid of going to the doctor?
And that's what it is. That's
Because
why
then you got to deal with all the stuff.
'Cause then I
once
have
they
to deal
give you
with
the answer, it's like, well, now I have to actually.
But now
do
I
this.
have to deal with it. And
You
then
can't
I know,
live in the mystery of it anymore.
and-
yeah.
and-
100%.
Yeah.
I like to live in the mystery of it.
Yeah.
I like to be like, I'll be fine.
Everybody does because as long as you're living in that mystery, it might not be serious.
reasonable doubt.
Yeah, it could
yeah.
not be serious.
Yeah.
Once they tell you it is or it isn't, then you got to, like you said, you got to
So,
deal
but
with
did you feel like the hernia
Nothing
ice
popped
thing?
out.
You didn't feel it. 'cause-
Nothing popped out. And it's gotten better. It's terrible in the morning.
But it could even be something swollen in there where they can give something infected.
Yeah.
Where it's not
I
that
never-
serious,
yeah,
where
but-
they might just give you an antibiotic and like, oh wow, my pain went away.
I didn't have a
and
fever.
now I'm not in pain.
I
all
went
day.
through everything. I
I
went through
get it,
everything.
but you're not a doctor.
Yeah, but I mean, you could learn a lot on the internet. So, I don't know. It's
And with your kidneys, I just feel like you shouldn't be
I
playing around with
understand.
pains. in
Well,
the
that's
torso.
the other thing. The kidneys is a whole other issue where that's in my head too. It's like I should go to the doctor for that too, but then like I don't want it all. What's gonna happen is everything's gonna come down to me at once, and I'm trying to avoid it.
Well, if you put everything off, then yeah, it's going to pile up.
Yeah,
Well, that's the other thing. Try and be proactive and
Yeah.
let's not have it where it's like, oh my God, B just collapsed on stage and now everything's hitting them at once.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I
That
say
could be good for your comedy career, but it
I don't think so.
could go viral.
But that's why like when I went to my parents that morning and I just cried. I was like, it's just all too much for me because like that's how it feels. It's like it's not one thing. It's like 10 other things. It's never one thing.
That was like my bills.
Yeah.
I understand
No,
yours is more serious, but that's like that's the best way to explain things how I felt. It was just a lot of things at once and it was all too much.
I could deal with a problem, but just like I don't want 3 other problems. And then I know I'm doing myself a disservice by not going to the doctor.
And they might tell you it is what you think it is. It's like a pulled muscle and it's like nothing. And then
Right.
to me, that's even less stress on you.
You know what doesn't help is when, like, I'm sure that you've had things before that hurt, whatever, and you put it off and you didn't go to the doctor, and it just went away, and you're like, oh, good, like
Yes.
I dodged a bullet there. So then, but then you just start applying that to everything that happens to you, like, oh, like Last time I heard something hurt, I didn't do anything. It was fine.
Exactly.
But it's not always going to be fine.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
But I'm waiting for that time. Like, but I got to give myself a couple weeks.
What did you tell me about me passing
It could be
out?
fine. We don't know.
I could be like already. It's better. Like Chick saw me for the first time today.
He couldn't get in my car.
I got in your car.
He got
fine.
in. No, he did not get in fine. This is why I'm telling you that your reality is not you.
Well, you should have seen me the other day.
But that doesn't make it better. It just means that you need to get it checked.
It's
Because now we're going over a week. They always say don't get it checked if pain persists for more than 3 or 4 days.
But a strained,
usually like the window, it's like go see a doctor.
but a strained muscle, like it. I've had strained muscles, and that's what it feels like.
But strained muscles don't work where they start off like less pain, it hits a peak, and then gets better. Like that's not.
I
how
think that's how they work exactly.
No,
actually.
it starts off bad
What are you
because
talking about?
no, it starts off bad because you strained it, and then it progressively gets better. Yours started weak, got stronger.
It started weak for like a day or two.
No, you said the beginning of the week it got
It's
bad
hard
by
to
Saturday.
figure out. Don't
Because I'm going back on what you said. Your timeline is it hurt all week, and then by Saturday you were in so much pain you had to take off, and now it's feeling better, but you still can't lift your leg.
Well, it's really bad in the morning.
That sounds
when
like
I wake
something
up.
that's going on. Like a strain doesn't get better as a strain is a strain.
I think it does.
It's not like it's
I
worse in the
looked it up.
morning and
I
then as
looked it
the
up,
day goes on.
and the reason why a muscle strain is worse in
Yes,
the
because
morning.
it's tight when you wake up.
Yes.
I'm not. I understand what you're saying, but
Yeah, but
it's
you're pushing back on me, and like I know, I should be taking care of stuff, but I know it's a strain.
What did you tell me when I knew what happened? Even my doctor clarified, and I actually saw my doctor, and he
With what?
when you said I passed out, you're like, you need to get that checked out. You're so quick to tell me to go to the doctor,
Yes.
but when it's you, you're never.
I
gonna
understand
go.
that.
Okay,
Because
I
it's
I just
easy.
want to point that out.
Because it's easy to tell somebody else
Yeah.
to go to the
Okay,
doctor.
but I just want to point that out so you're aware of it.
I am 100% aware.
I give advice that I don't follow because it's twice as hard to swallow when you know exactly what the pill is made of.
See-
That's a line by Atmosphere.
That's
You're an
a great.
atmosphere guy.
Yeah.
That's a great
Atmosphere
line.
guy,
He's about to go on tour with who else? Is he going on with Sublime? Is
Yeah,
Rome?
yeah.
you
I
go-
think they're doing a couple shows.
Yeah,
I don't
not
think
a
it's-
tour, but
it's a
yeah.
tour, yeah.
I don't know who Atmosphere is.
It's a hip hop group from Minnesota. That,
From Minnesota?
yeah,
Two white guys are
Minneapolis.
awesome.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I gotta check.
They've been around for a while too.
My hip hop knowledge has diminished. in
But
the
you
last
should
few
know
years.
them because they were around when everybody else was.
Yeah, like they were early 2000s. Like if you were,
Really?
Yeah,
If you were tuned
like-
in, like
I
yeah.
guess I wasn't tuned in.
No, I just mean like they were around if you listened.
I was like a huge Eminem guy until I found Atmosphere. I was like, oh, I'm an Atmosphere guy. Like that's my yeah.
Is
Was
he
it
like
Slug
Eminem?
and
No, he's more like he raps about love,
yeah, he's not like
being heartbroken.
Yeah.
He's more like
I like
poetic.
that
he's
stuff.
more
He's like a
poetic
wordsmith,
than.
yeah. I like that stuff.
Yeah.
Not, bitch, I'ma kill you. Whatever.
yeah.
Eminem does.
Yeah, I like them. I still like Eminem.
I
too,
love
but,
Eminem.
Yeah, but yeah, it was definitely.
I was a big fan of Eminem. But, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know. See, I listened to Eminem's like first 3 albums, and then I stopped. I got off of
I think
like
he's good.
hip hop.
Yeah.
Like
You could probably make one good album from every album he did after that. You can
Yeah.
you can make
Exactly,
a best
just a
of and make
couple
one good
songs.
album after that. Is in my opinion. Yeah.
No, I'm totally with you on that. And I would even argue to say 2 albums and then actually, you know what? No, I like the his third album too. Was good. I was gonna
Yeah.
try and
The Eminem
what
show?
was his third one?
with the one we
That was the Eminem show, right?
Yeah,
Or-
the Eminem
Oh,
show.
yeah, that was good.
I had some very
that was
good
great.
songs.
I
Yeah.
enjoyed that one.
His first 2 were classics.
Yeah.
yeah.
But
I just don't go, like, I don't go to the new stuff anymore.
well, he doesn't really make new. I mean, he kind now
Everybody,
he just gets
though.
pissed at somebody
Everybody.
and then comes out with like a
I
diss
just
track.
don't care anymore.
That's
Yeah,
all
it is
right.
hard. I used to be obsessed with
Yeah.
music in general. I used to like. It used to be hard for me to go to sleep at night because I'd be online at these different websites that I followed
Yeah.
trying to find the new artists. It would drive me nuts that I knew that there was music I liked. I just haven't heard it yet. And I'm like, if I just keep
You wanna
digging,
know all
if I
of
just
it,
keep
yeah.
digging, I'm gonna find
Yeah.
more shit that I like. And I like, you don't.
And that was such a great time when it was like I remember when it went from like I have to go to like Sam Goody or whatever the hell, like Tower Records.
Those days are now. It's just like go to Apple and
But, like-
search.
But do you remember when like the internet? What was the first one?
Every
Napster.
Tuesday.
Napster.
No
Napster. When
Napster,
Napster
yeah.
first came along, and you're like, I could get everything here.
Then I would go to all my friends' houses and then take my whatever disc, whatever you had, and you can download them on.
The
and
CDR.
Then, no, it was like a mini. It was like an iPad.
Oh, the iPad. Okay.
Well, not an iPad,
iPod, yeah.
iPod.
The iPod.
Yeah, the
And
iPod.
I would download music from everybody's computers. I have the ultimate like fucking library of music on your phone.
Yeah, I was the guy. I always had the I just downloaded everything.
Yeah.
Because then we got to torrents where you would just download full albums
Yes,
and
yeah,
full
yeah,
discographies. So I just
Yeah.
like people are like, oh, tell me what you want. I'll just download.
That was the
everything.
only issue with Napster was songs. Like you couldn't really. I mean, you could get the whole album.
Yeah.
And it would usually have the number of the track next to it, but I never really trusted it too much. So I was like a guy who liked to have the album.
I did too.
Yeah, if I could find it, I would. But
Yeah.
a lot of the stuff that I was downloading, like it was underground hip hop that you couldn't find.
Oh,
but
yeah.
in Smithtown, there was a record store called the Cop Shop.
I've heard. I know
Yeah,
that.
so
I
and
know
they used to
that.
come like these would be guys that come through and like they would do like in-store performances.
Oh,
at this
really?
tiny,
Get
little,
outta
tiny,
here.
this tiny little place. It was the cool spot to be.
You know what? I really think I've heard of that. But
Sounds familiar. Did you grow up out here?
Yeah, I grew up in this house.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
You literally grew up out here.
Yeah, I moved out for a little while, and now I live in the basement. And yeah,
this is
It's
a
a
very
good
nice
spot.
setup, though.
yeah,
It's a good
Yeah,
spot.
I like it. Yeah, trying to save some money in the meantime. But yeah, like I found the atmosphere. Like I found a mixtape. I had one song on it. I was like, oh, I like the way this sounds. And it was Napster. I spent the whole night. I just went on Napster.
Just
I just
Napster,
downloaded,
just download
I went,
everything.
I clicked on download everything I could find. Went to sleep. Woke up with what I had
Oh, yeah,
50
you had to wait
songs to
for it
listen to.
download. That's so
That was
true.
the other thing. Yeah, it would
Yeah.
just take.
Well,
But
you
that
would
w-
start finding the people. Like, didn't it? It used to rate on how quick the download would be, right?
Yeah.
There was like waiting
Yeah,
for the
yeah.
ratings.
Uh-huh.
Whatever. How much trouble did that dude get in? When I forget what
I
all
don't
was
know.
said and
Yeah,
done.
did he
what
go to
happened
like
with
jail
him?
or something?
No,
Like-
he didn't go to jail.
What
I
was
mean,
his
he
name?
had to shut down. Not Ryan, Sean.
Showing something. Was it?
Was that the guy who was in the Facebook movie? Did Justin
Yeah, like
Timberlake
Justin
play him? Was
Timberlake
that the guy?
played
Was
him.
that the guy?
Yes, that's right. Like
Did he do something else after that?
I think he wanted. That's what I'm saying. He didn't go to jail. He had to shut down Napster, but I think he
Did he
did
have
okay.
Did he have? He didn't have a hand in starting Spotify, did he?
He might have. He really might have. Like I don't.
I
Remember.
thought he had a hand in
That was like
starting
a European
like,
country
not-
first, I think. But
Someone's listening to this and saying
Yeah.
they know the story, yelling at
Didn't
us.
he like have something to do with MySpace or something? Or
That's
one
what
of
I'm
the
saying. It was
social
another
media?
no,
social
I think
thing.
you're thinking about the fact that Justin Timberlake played this guy in the social network, and
Okay.
then Justin Timberlake bought MySpace.
Oh, did
I
he
think,
really?
yeah, I think
Wait,
it-
did Justin Timberlake himself? What are
Yeah.
you talking about?
What if?
yeah,
what a
or like he
dumb-
invested in it, like, but yeah, when it was way too late, I think. Yeah, I think he was trying to make
Like
it.
in 2017?
I think he was trying to make it like a music site, like
That's
for,
what
like for
M-
music.
MySpace was big for bands. I remember that was the one thing, and so like I was late and missed it. I never had a MySpace,
Oh, okay.
but
I
I've
had a
been on
MySpace.
everything else. But I completely missed the MySpace.
Yeah.
Well, you were late to like
I was late to Facebook,
Yeah.
but I was the anti-social media guy.
yeah, for a while, and then
For a
you got
while.
on there and you became a
Then
terrible
I became.
troll.
Then I was the worst, and now
Yeah.
I'm like, now I just have it. I don't really.
I am glad that you've laid off being the troll that
it
you
gets
used
annoying after a while. Just like too much time.
to be. Well, I think
arguing.
it's also too much time. It's like
It's time consuming.
yeah,
To
it's
be a troll's time consuming.
he would
Yeah.
he would go on Facebook and make like posts just to like piss people off, and like even
that's
I would get texts
It would,
like
yeah,
what
it
is
would be
this
like
idiot
things
saying?
that I don't even really have any skin in the game or even believe, but I knew it was opposite of everybody else that was posting.
And you just I like to stir the pot, and then it's like 45 comments of people arguing. It's like this is taking up your time in your
Listen,
day.
It was not. It was time consuming.
It wasn't
I
good.
stopped. It wasn't good.
I'm
Yeah, it
glad
sounds
that you
exhausting.
stopped.
I had my fun and now I'm done.
I don't think I've ever met one of you people like you trolls in real life.
But I wasn't like I would troll people I knew. It wasn't like I was like out
Right,
like
right,
a real like out
No,
internet
yeah, you
trolling.
weren't. You wouldn't. He wouldn't like find somebody and like go.
Yeah.
He would just put like
Like whatever was trending, I had to go the opposite way. Like if everything was pissing people off, I would just play devil's advocate and throw up a post about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of like it, but like I'm
It
glad
was
that you
it's
don't.
cool now it's like once in a blue moon I'll do something and it's less is more. You know? It makes it's a little more fun that way.
I just deleted Instagram. I was texting you. I deleted Instagram with my phone. I have it on my old phone, so I can
Okay.
check it when I'm home.
All right. You didn't
connected to
delete the
Wi-Fi.
account? You just
no,
don't-
it's like I'm checking this too much when I'm out during the day. Like I'm acting like it's real. Like likes
Yeah.
matter.
It matters. Yeah.
Yeah. and I'm like I still like to have it because I like to spread my work on there. but I just can't have it. Like when I'm home, I can check it on my old phone. I can log in, and then that's it. Like I don't need to.
That's a good thing.
That's the one thing about it is it is helpful for people like you who are doing some sort of art or something that they're putting out there that you want people to see.
Right.
So it's like, yeah, this is actually pretty cool. But then you're right when you're like every day, all day, you're looking at it. You're like, what am I doing?
And it's also like my numbers just suck on Instagram. Like I can't get any traction. So it's like I'm starting to care, and I really don't care. Like I truly just like creating this stuff and putting it out there.
Yeah.
And then whatever. If it hits, it hits. If it doesn't, I just like everything I make. I just have to get it out. You know what I mean? Like,
do you look up like how to get like
No,
like the
I-
algorithms, or
I-
you literally just put them up to?
I just post it.
There you
I'll
go.
hashtag occasionally, but everything that they tell you to do seems so disingenuous to me.
It
it's
does.
like
Well, that's what I'm saying. Do you want to see a like? That's what I hate when I see a post and then there's 100 hashtags, and if you read the hashtags, you're like,
Yeah.
you're doing it like that's what I hate. It's
It's
nothing
trans-
to do with the post,
Right. Yeah.
And I just
So there's
I
like
don't
there's a hashtag generator that I've tried before, and I feel dirty even doing it. So you put in like one hashtag of like what it really is, like whatever blooming flowers, whatever, and then it generates like things that are popular, and then but it also doesn't. So that game is over. Like that doesn't do anything for your numbers. It doesn't
I
get
feel
more
like
likes.
It doesn't ever get anybody.
It doesn't do anything. It's just like every once in a while I'm like, let me give this a shot again. But you have to be like, you have to comment on other people's shit.
Well,
you
that's
gotta
what I'm saying.
interact
You
with
really
people.
It's like such an interactive way to get it too.
Yeah, you got to post the same time every day, and you got to post the same type of content. Like I don't want to post the same kind of content. Like I want to post jokes, or I want to post a pretty photo that I took. Like I'm
Yeah.
all over a drawing that I do. Like
Exactly.
I'm all over the place. So like I got to make different accounts for everything that I do. And I'm not,
Exactly. Every account has to have its niche.
I have 5 Instagram accounts as it is.
Do you
Like,
really?
Yeah. Like, and I don't only keep up with like 2 of them.
Yeah.
Like but the other 2, like, yeah.
We don't hashtag anything when we post. or
No,
drop
we're awful.
anything.
Yeah.
But like even like with
We don't even hashtag adult babies. Like we don't do
I know
anything.
none of it because it just doesn't.
Right. It doesn't sound. It's disingenuous is the best way to put it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you feel weird even doing it, and like I've done it, of course, but like
Yeah.
even with like TikTok now, like I noticed like
The For Your page.
well, yeah, the For Your
I
page.
still don't understand it.
It's
If
just
everybody's doing.
Yeah, what is it? It's just
How is it? And
Yeah.
like, how is look like if I even searched FYP,
no.
everybody's
it-
post has
Yeah,
it.
everybody
every
Not-
single- yeah.
So I don't
And
understand it. Like it doesn't mean anything.
if we can all just agree, hey, let's all cut it out.
yeah, exactly.
Then-
It's the
then
same
we'd be-
thing.
we'd be in the
One
same-
less
we'd be in the same
hashtag that we all
position
have
that
to
we
put.
were.
But I noticed with TikTok is the videos that work are the same videos that are shot the same way. Like if
Yeah.
I do a different video than any one that works, I get nothing on it. Like it sticks you in the same type
Yeah.
of video.
And it's not even so much that it looks like the other popular videos. It's like they just want to they want you to do the same thing.
They
over
want
and
you to
over
do the
again.
same thing.
It's like you don't need to do the same thing everyone else is doing, but you need to do the same thing over and over
I'm
again.
stuck in some kind of weird algorithm
Yeah.
that I have to comment. Like
On old photos.
yeah.
That's it.
It's
now.
the only way. Like it
That's
seems
the
to
content that
work.
hits you. The
Yeah.
commenting on all photos.
Yeah, I had
And
like
it started because tell them about the one that it started on. That's my favorite. That was such a good post too.
I had the one video that
3 million.
yeah that went really well, and then I never did anything good on it. And then after that, if I don't post anything with like however I set that up, it doesn't do well. It has to be me with the picture in the background of something and me
the green
commenting.
screen
On it.
type
It's
thing,
so
yeah.
weird.
He did every photo of his every school photo from when he was in kindergarten to when he was a senior in high
And a
school.
different each their own video.
Well, it was one
I just
video.
commented.
one video.
I like
And
roasted
he had
myself.
his personal, his little head commenting,
His little head.
commenting on his photos.
What does that mean?
Because you were like a little head, like
Oh yeah.
like.
Yeah.
you
So
know
what I'm saying is, if I don't post a video in that kind of way,
yeah, you're done.
they don't stand up. Forget it. They don't care about
Yeah.
it, and it's so frustrating.
Did you think about starting another one with stand
Nah,
up?
I don't care.
Yeah, that's the other thing. It's like, do I got to play this game?
Yeah, but if you do that, then it's got to be all stand up.
Yeah. Then
And
yeah.
like, who can put up that much content? First of all, I hate the word content. It's so like
I know.
It's
Because
like,
everyone sounds like I got to put content
Yeah.
up. Like you
But
don't
it's
have
like-
content.
I know, but like artists in the the 60s and 70s, they weren't thinking like I just got to make content. Like if you don't have something in you that you need to get out,
Don't do it.
then
They would
then don't
punch
put-
us in the face if they heard us talking about content and hashtags.
It's disgusting.
What I still can't understand is the young kid, like young I guess influencers who literally just post their days. Like there's this one girl on there that I ran into.
But you're watching, aren't you?
I've seen. I watched one because I was curious because she's always on my feed.
Uh-huh.
Jenna Sinatra, some girl.
Frankie's daughter?
Tank's sister.
She's some probably college chick, maybe high school from New Jersey, who literally.
You seem to know a lot about her.
No, I watched one whole reel of it. I did. And all it is her. She just talks about her daily routine.
Yeah.
I'm talking about like I'm gonna go to the gym.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna fold my laundry.
Is she really hot?
She's young, bro. It's like she's young to the point where I
Okay.
can't even like.
I got it. Yeah.
She's like she looks young. Like it's
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
even So and
Imagine just being born hot. Though.
No.
that's what it is. That's
I
what
can't.
I'm saying. You were hot. You had a bunch of likes, and now you started this, and now that's what you do for the rest of your life.
If we were three beautiful men and we just like talked about our day,
And you had
What's
millions.
that new comic that's big on TikTok? Matt Rife or something like that?
Matt Rife. Oh my god, that guy's got like he's huge.
I know. And he's just like a
Huge.
good looking, but he's like not taking away from him. Like, he's
He's a
pretty
good-looking
funny, like
guy.
but
He's
good looking guy,
funny.
but he's actually funny. But
He's
I'm
got
like,
great crowd work.
yeah, right.
Is he legit posting comics, like comedy
He
routines,
posts
or is he
stand up,
just funny?
a lot of crowd work, but he's very funny. But he's also just like incredibly handsome.
Yeah.
and it's like
Doesn't hurt.
I'm like fuck you, dude. Like
yeah,
you know, like
it's so much
It
easier.
really
in
is
life.
disheartening looking at that.
uh-huh.
And we're depressed. I got the fucking issues with my whatever the hell's going on with me.
gout, depression.
I just hate when
Gout.
people who are good looking act, and I'm not saying that they don't work hard, but they act like it doesn't help. Like being,
Because they don't know any other way.
I guess that's true, but like you're
They
not
think
an
that's the way
influencer
life
because
is.
you're smart. You're not an influencer because anybody cares what you're doing.
Listen,
You're hot and,
and
you're appealing.
I'm sure that this doesn't apply across the board, but like anyone that's really that attractive that I've talked to, they're not not interesting.
They're the worst.
Again, it's a blanket statement. Of course, they're good-looking people. Like Matthew McConaughey, like he seems like a fascinating person.
Yeah,
Oh,
he is.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
There's
again, it
outliers.
happens, but like I haven't met any of them.
There's
Like,
exceptions to the rule.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what
Yeah.
it is? It's guys that look like him. That's the guy you want to talk to.
Yeah,
But,
exactly.
But honestly, though, it's so like the better looking the person, and I find this a lot with Long Island girls is just really the less they bring to the table around.
Yeah.
the
and you want to be like, that's
They're-
great. Like it's nice that I can look you across the table, but
exactly.
I-
but
I-
after a
I
while,
can't-
and
if I
once
can't
I've
talk to you
seen
about
it,
something.
now it's like I can't even talk to you.
Yeah.
All you are is good looking.
yeah. And it's like you almost have to resent them. It's like you really think you can just get by on
You
this,
could
don't
just
you?
get by
you
because
this
they
is- you
are.
think this is
And
enough,
they
don't
are
you?
getting
And
by.
they can.
And they're getting jobs. Like think about if two people are equally like for the same
course.
job, you're gonna hire the better looking
Yeah.
person.
If me and Chic
Subconsciously.
walk in,
Yeah.
and Stamos and Mechanic, okay, whatever the hell his name is, walk in, we're not getting the job,
No.
even if it's a Chick-fil-A.
And I'm not like this is messed up. I'm like, yeah,
Exactly.
Like, who in the office doesn't want to look at him over me
and
all day?
100%.
Yeah,
And that's
Guy
the
looks
thing. It's
better
like,
in a suit.
I don't
Yeah.
blame it. Like
Yeah.
no one, you don't see ugly influencers. They're all good looking, and it's not because they're smart. It's because they're hot.
yeah.
Let's
Why
be
is that so funny?
let's be the first ugly influencers.
Am I wrong though?
Let's
Can you
start a
think of any
movement.
ugly influencers?
No,
Not
I
like
don't know that
funny
I know.
pages that you watch because the guy's so fat and like he's funny. I'm
Yeah.
talking about like people who are getting paid. They're just getting products sent to them.
Yeah.
and just
I'm sure there
let
are.
me put
There-
this
there
lipstick
are.
on.
There's gotta be out there, but-
Cha-ching.
But then, like, you don't call a comic who's successful like just on TikTok an influencer just because he's
No, he's
funny.
a comic.
Okay, but now it's just
Influencers are
semantics.
people who get products like
But then
literally
you're-
sent to them, and they're supposed to like put on lipstick.
Yeah,
and-
but then you're
That's
like
like
you're defining
influencing
them
them.
by just that's all they are. But there's people who are funny who get sent products as well.
That's true.
I guess you're right.
So you're just calling them something different because they actually have a talent that you respect. rather than
exactly.
just you
Well,
were
that's
born
the
that
other
way.
thing. It's like anybody
Yeah.
who doesn't have any talent, they call themselves an influencer because they don't do anything
Right.
else. But
Yeah, exactly.
gain a
I'm a
following
content creator,
because they're hot.
influencer, yeah.
Content creator.
Yeah,
That's a gross word. It really is. Content creator.
Content creator.
yeah. And I've gotten caught up in like, oh, I got to post something today. I'm like, well, I have nothing to post. Like, I don't have anything to say. I've got no photos that I took. So, but I feel a
You
pressure
should
to
just
post
start
anything.
posting your day. Maybe you'll get a following.
Yeah, no.
Be a content creator. Now that
Be
you're
a
with us,
content
you're going to be a
creator.
content creator,
Yeah.
okay?
This is
You-
I mean,
it's
this is
gonna be a lot of
we are creating content currently.
This is content.
This is content.
We create content.
It's technically content. Sometimes, like, I went to an open mic the other night. It was just like comic. It was a music open mic, but I'm friends with guy who's a musician. So he's like, "Oh, come down." And he goes, "I'm sure you can sign up." But like, have you ever been to a music open mic and like
Are they
the,
good?
the idea
Twice.
of like signing up?
I never
I'm
had a
like,
great
I don't
time.
want to sign up and fuck everybody's night up. By like,
Yeah.
But then the funny thing is, there was like there was space in between each, like while they were setting up. I'm like, they should have comics going up because you can just like grab a mic and do jokes. Like they should
Yeah.
have
Oh,
comics
while
in
they're
between
doing
there.
that.
Well,
I've done comedy where a band is setting up behind me.
right.
Did
And
you
it
find
didn't
it
go
was
great.
easy or hard? Like, yeah.
No, you know what? It didn't go great because I tried to riff with the band. I was like, let me hit the drums, and they wouldn't let me touch their instruments, so it didn't go
They're
great.
tuning. They don't. That's like
Yeah.
the last time to hit them.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I should have just stuck with
Read
the
the
damn
room,
jokes.
But that's besides the point. So, but there was this person who went up there and they were singing a song, and I'm like, yeah, this is technically a song. Like you technically are playing the music, and you're saying lyrics to it. I said, but it's got all the makings of a song. But there, like you just said, you just wanted to make a song, and you're like, I did it. Like I made a song, but nobody wants to hear what you just did. like, you know what I mean? Like I thought, like I would love to. I have no musical ability. I love music more than anything.
Yeah.
Photography. Like if I had a music ability, I wouldn't never tell a joke. I would never take another picture. That's all I'd want to
That's
do.
all you-
I just don't. I've tried. I don't know how to do it.
I get it.
I've been at the computer and like I have little drum machines. I've tried to make. I'm like, this is shit. And you could be like, oh, this is a song. Yeah, technically it's Drake drums and guitar.
Taylor was very nice to me. Taylor was one of our first.
He was our
hosts.
first.
He used to teach me how to play the guitar. Basically, I would go and him and a couple of other friends who were very good guitar players and just musically talented, gifted people, and they would play instruments. And like they taught me enough that I could kind of like contribute, but you could hear like how bad I am compared to them. But they would always be like, dude, that, you're getting pretty good.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, fuck you. Like, do you hear what just came out of your, like, that lovely sound coming out of there?
I'm
That
trying to be
doesn't-
positive, and
I respect it.
And you can get better. Like, people get better
Oh,
at it.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
I'm sure if I had,
course.
if I sure I've had the dedication, I'd learn how to
so much
do
time.
it. But
It's very time
yeah, I don't
consuming.
have that kind of.
Do you know how to play any
Focus.
instrument?
Nothing. No.
Nothing?
I can like keep a beat on drums.
Okay.
I like do a fill in, but not really. Yeah. Nothing. I'm like, and I love rap music so much, and I rap to myself throughout the day, and I know that it's like awful.
I have a buddy who has the balls to do open mics with rap.
Really?
Steve Catchmore.
He still does it?
Finish what you were going to say.
I was gonna say like, how can I love this so much and be so bad at it? Like something that, like you don't need to learn.
You may not even be as bad as you think.
No, I'm not. I know how bad I am at rapping.
Are you really?
Have you
though?
like written and you've wrote
Yeah.
it?
Well,
See,
you're
I
not
find
gonna-
you to be a talented guy.
Well, that's why I'm curious. Like, I feel like you're also hard on yourself. And I'm not saying you're a good
Neil
rapper.
said the same thing to me. Because you have good taste in rap, so you have a high bar for yourself.
That's kind of how
And I'm
I
like,
feel.
I understand what you're saying, but no, I don't know how to rap, put rhymes together.
Okay, listen.
Every once in a while, I'll come up with a verse. I'm like, oh, that's a pretty interesting verse, but like I have to write them down, and like it would take me 6 years to string enough to have
go
like
like
to have
16
one.
bars.
Yeah, exactly. So like, no, it's not. But I listen to like, you ever hear Harry Mack?
Yes.
And I'm like, how can there be such a gap between how good he is and how bad I am? Like, I'm sure I love rap music just as much. I've picked up nothing.
Well, that's
over
what
the
I'm
years.
saying. I listen to and be like I'm the same way you are as far as rap, and I still listen to it. And my buddy swears to me, he's like, dude, you could write one song. Like he goes,
Yeah, that's
like
what-
he's like, I'm not saying you could rap. He goes, but you could probably sit down and really write one. And I'm like, no, I can't. And I've even learned with comedy. Like, I'm not a good creative writer.
Yeah.
My only chance in comedy is being able to explain stories and get laughs.
Yeah.
I'm not a creative writer. Like, if that makes any. I mean, it makes sense. You wouldn't look at me and be like, "Oh, creative writer." But
Can I be honest with you guys?
Yeah.
I think I could write a rap really
I
well.
think you
Yeah.
can.
And listen,
I
some
think I
people
could
can.
do
Yeah.
it.
He's wrote a lot of rhymes though. Like even
Right.
like you make up the nursery rhymes.
I
Like,
do a lot of rhyming.
Yeah.
I guarantee if you took the time, you could write
I
at
know
least
I
one
could.
good song.
Yeah.
I could sit down and like I know how to. I can't do a freestyle, but I could write.
Yeah, no,
And
I believe
maybe
it.
I'll try it for next week. I could write a song.
Yeah.
It won't be good, but I could.
Oh, but then that's the thing. I can write a rap too.
Do you
It's
think
not
you
good.
could rhyme in an actual flow on like the
Yeah.
the right beat?
Yeah. I think I know enough to be able to like
you
rap
know, you
along
know
to the
enough,
beat.
but can you do it?
Yeah, I don't know.
See, that's where
yeah.
I like to think I could
On beat.
but I
Like,
don't think
I've
could do
written
it.
in my head while I'm alone all day while I'm working,
Yeah.
so I'm constantly writing. I'm constantly like rapping about nonsense in my head, and I'll come up with like, oh, that's a pretty good verse. But yeah, just saying like put the beat down. Would I be able to match the beat? I have no
That's
idea.
what I was
Yeah.
saying. Yeah, I don't think
we try
I'd be
this?
able to. I would love to try it.
Can we try it for next week?
That would be so embarrassing.
It
like,
will
that
be
would be the most
embarrassing.
embarrassing thing that I
But
could
you
do
know
is
what?
try to rap in public.
Let's
To each of us write a few bars and see.
just like 1 or 2 lines. We'll figure out one beat.
I'm cringing at the idea.
I don't know about
But
next
this-
week, but I'm gonna try to because I don't think
But
I
this
can
is
come
like
up with one in a
it's
week.
shit like this. Like I got two like my in comedy. I started worrying too much about being like cool and like playing to the
Yeah.
back of the room. So I took an improv class for a while to like embarrass myself because I can't imagine anything more embarrassing than
It's a
than
fun
improv.
way to embarrass yourself.
Yeah, so I actually, and they ask everybody like, "Oh, why are you here?" I'm like, "I'm here because when I started comedy, I was like, I could laugh at myself, I could be the fool, and I started becoming like, oh, I want to be like the cool guy on stage, and that you can't do that. Like you have to be an idiot. So like this might be a good way to be an idiot and like learn how to just laugh at yourself. I used to be so good at laughing at myself, I think I lost the ability to really make a fool of myself.
I like to think that I can laugh at myself, and doing the comedy has made me think twice about it. Like, because I realize I'm nervous standing on stage more than I ever thought I would.
Comedy
Yeah.
tends to make you unfunny. Like, you know, it's like
It's so true.
it's a weird thing. It's
Well,
like
It's not. But
It
it's
sucks the
different.
naturalness out
It's
of me.
different laughing yourself. It's funny to like tell a story where you're the butt of the joke and you're laughing at yourself, but when you're trying to do the actual thing and failing at it, you can't. Like
No,
you're in.
yeah.
Then like the next time you go, oh, last week I did a show and I bombed. Here's how it went. Then you can explain your bomb, but like that's looking backwards. When
Yeah.
you're bombing in real time, that's when it's
Oh,
hard.
no, you're
it's hard to
right.
laugh at yourself in the moment. But like, man, I am shitting the bed currently. That's hard to really
brutal.
laugh at. Yeah.
Brutal.
Well, yeah, I mean, I could see that totally. Well, I mean, I went up there and totally told jokes to no laughs, where I got one laugh and I forgot my next joke because I was
Yeah.
so,
You're so happy about.
it wasn't even happy. I was shocked. I was
Yeah.
just like, oh my
That
god.
happens sometimes.
Yeah.
But Ryan, I think you should find a beat for us, and
Yeah, even if you don't want to, I'll try and write a couple. See how far I can
I
write.
think that would be fun to figure out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna come
If
out
we could
hippie,
find a-
hip it to the hip.
Already, I'm disgusted by you. That's what.
Listen.
That's the problem is making it sound like it's not
Somebody
an
else
old white person.
and that's
rapping.
the other thing is like I'm
But you
worried
are who you
that
are.
I'm so subconsciously gonna just be. It's basically gonna take a verse that I've heard and input. It's like a Mad Libs where
Yeah.
you just input your.
I
own
thought about doing that with
things.
screenwriting. So I want to write a movie. I have no idea how to write a movie. But I'm like,
saying
what if I
this for
just?
3
I'm like,
years on
I'm
this
like,
show.
Jake's wanted to write a movie since
I've been wanting to write one forever. But
so
again,
my whole dream in life is I want to make one of every type of art. I want to paint. I want to make a painting. I want to make a movie. I want to record a set. I want to make one song. Like I want to do one of everything, and like a good like something I'm proud of each thing. Like maybe like a 10-minute comedy special set.
Yeah.
Like,
a 10-minute special.
yeah,
I would love it.
you know what I mean? But just like even just like enough to just be like, okay, I'm proud of that.
Yeah.
Like you do 10 minutes of stand up and
you
make
do
it good.
that.
Like fuck you.
really good 10 minutes of stand up.
Yeah.
is probably a lot better than an hour of some Netflix
Yeah.
specials.
That's why when you go to comedy show, it's great to see. You see 5 15-minute sets is better than seeing like.
I'd rather see somebody kill it for 10 minutes than
Yeah.
someone struggle for
Absolutely.
30 or an hour.
Or
But
like,
when you go to the cellar, you see like 5 or 6 guys absolutely destroy for 10, 15 minutes at a
Right.
time. It's great.
but I would like make a short film, 20-minute short film. Just do that. But I thought the same thing. Just come up with a screenplay, pull up my computer, just delete one line, write my dialogue, and then write the next, and then just same thing like you were saying with a verse.
To me, and I want
To chick, that's writing.
Fuck you.
But it would be right. I mean, if you're writing in different, if you're
If you're
writing,
writing
if
it-
you're
it is.
changing the whole plot, you're
Think
just
about
using
how
the
many
format.
Movies are the same thing, just different.
You could
I
definitely.
mean, most movies, if you really think about
You think
it,
if you're gonna
they're
pick up like
all-
as you're watching the movie, you wrote like this is a lot like Harry Met, like not the words, but the pacing is just like Harry Met when Harry Met Sally. Like, it's so weird. Like they cut to an exterior at the exact same moment. Like it's
like Harry Met. I bet it's
perfect
actually
blueprint.
it's a baseball movie. It's like
Yeah.
why is it the same?
Yeah.
That would be interesting too to like do a short film and have people guess who I ripped off.
because she forgot to change the character name, so it literally just says Harry and inside. It's like maybe it's because the names are all the same. I forgot to change. I just changed the dialogue, not the names. Oops. Oh, but they filmed it like that. Shit.
That is a great concept. Who did I rip off? What movie is this?
Yeah.
It's called Barry Met Carrie. It'd be fun though, like if somebody did a short film and basically did that whole thing where it's like, all right, I'm gonna take this line, I'm gonna just change it,
Yeah.
but
See if you can pick up what I stole.
I think that'd be fun.
It would, but I always wanted to do a movie too. But like that, my whole thing is I feel like I need somebody to like help push me along.
He wants to do a movie. Writing,
I feel like I'm an idea man, and I need someone to articulate the ideas and kind of construct.
Oh, you're the genius. You can't. Yeah. Just put me in a room and I'll spit out gems left and right. Yeah, that's all.
I'm the idea man.
You're the Rick Rubin of movie making. Yeah, you're just the.
The problem with
I don't
chicks,
know how to do
ability.
shit, but I just let me. How about what if it was a movie about?
well, even with your stand up now, like now he's like texting and calling like what about this, and it's like a long text of like a whole joke, and it's like, am I supposed to rework this for you?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I just want to hear what you guys think of them.
I know
Yeah.
it's hard to
But then, like, if you come up with the premise and he writes a bunch of jokes in it, shouldn't you just go do those jokes?
yeah, then it'll be
Yeah.
mine.
I'm fine with that too. Like, there's like
I
comics
would have
telling
no
my
problem
jokes.
if someone took my when B does something like a couple jokes he has. Like I gave you one punch or one tag on the kidney joke,
Oh yeah,
and
you
like
did.
when
What was it? Do you remember?
it was just something about girlfriends. You have more kidney transplant than girlfriends. or
No, it
something
wasn't
like
that. It was something
along those
It was
lines.
something.
A
along
couple of those tags are mine.
Yeah.
It's satisfying though. Even just like if
I
you
have
hear
no
it.
problem, right? If
Yeah.
someone took my idea and did it better than me, because I also don't have any faith in myself. So I'm like, yeah, fucking crush it.
Yeah.
I wrote that.
And it works to this day.
Yeah. But like even your depression joke, even though I didn't write that or gave you an idea, it's because of a conversation we had. I
You
still feel like
sparked it.
I sparked
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, and you're a part of it now.
Yeah, now I'm a part
Every
of
time I do that depression joke and you're
it.
there,
It makes it better.
it's so funny. I have this depression
Yeah, I've
joke
heard
about
it.
like
Yeah.
whatever the
I
hell it
don't
was.
think you're depressed.
I don't. Yeah, basically what
But
we
you
were
should
talking
be,
about
but
before.
but you should.
But
be
I
able to
should
make-
be.
yeah,
Like
well,
I have
making
bad
this-
stats. Like my friend doesn't believe me, and when he's there, and I go, even my friend does, and I point to him, he's like, like
He ain't lying.
It's more exciting to watch him. Just like he gets that
love it.
smile on his face. It's very fun.
I'm like, that's right. He's depressed.
That sometimes you just need that juice. That's my fault. Like I'm so sensitive to the people around me. Like I'm funny around certain people, and certain people, like when I tell them I do comedy, like, you've never been funny a day in your life. Like, what do you?
Yeah.
But like, I need those. If those people in the room, I'm way better off on stage. Like, I just feel like I have like the confidence of
It's like a comfort
Wait, the
level.
people that say that you're funny?
yeah, like I'm better if like there's people that if there's people that like I know that I'm funny around. Like, there's certain people in my life that I'm funny when I'm around them.
Yes.
Like I've like mostly like family members.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
There's certain people that I'm around and I will never make this person laugh.
Yeah.
And there's certain people that like give me too much. They laugh at everything.
Yeah,
You know.
I have
exactly.
that
And you
a
always
lot,
look at them
too.
like,
Yeah,
"That's,
like, all right."
you're making me feel like,
But some people, it's like I just don't have it with you.
Some people
Yeah.
are absolutely
Uh-huh.
disgusted by me, and some people love me or think
Yeah.
I'm hysterical.
Most
I
people,
have a lot
most
of mix
people are
in that.
disgusted.
that's what I was saying. Like people I work with, they're like, he does comedy. Like,
Yeah.
I've never even seen him smile. Like,
100%.
I'm just
It's
not
like I'm
funny at
not
all.
this way up
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, right.
You know, I'm not delivering whatever the hell.
Yeah,
I'm doing.
yeah, you know. I texted a friend of mine who went to film school. I'm like, oh, let's write a movie. Like, let's text each other a movie, like the dialogue. I text back and forth, like, let's just make, like, we're characters. We actually did it, like, let's do it in WhatsApp so we can keep it separate from our regular text messages. And, like, it started with the plot, and then it just died from there. But, like, that would be a good way to write a script. You just text, like, the dialogue back and forth. Like,
Exactly.
Like,
I need. That's why I feel like I need a partner. I need
You
Ben
need-
Affleck to my Matt Damon right
Well,
now.
yeah. you need somebody doing 90% of the work.
No, it's not that I.
And
that's,
you're the
you
idea
think
man.
I'm looking for somebody to do it, and I'm not. I need.
You're the idea man.
Yeah, I'm an idea.
you
man.
shoot the ideas out, and he does the
No,
writing.
I could even help write and stuff. I just need somebody to bounce it off of. I need somebody to like help me get my mind going.
Listen, I think both of you guys should write a film. that's what we're gonna.
He
get
looking
on.
like, he's not the help I was looking for.
I'll tell you what I realized doing like some of the short films that I've been working on with those other guys. I don't want anything to do with that. I want to do the acting and show up and then leave.
I would love to be an actor, but who's going to cast me as an actor? So I figured the
think
only
you'd be a
way I
great
could do
character.
something is if I do it myself. That's
Yeah.
why I feel like
That's the best way to get into anything.
That's the only
Director.
way. Like I would love to make and star in my own movie.
Ryan, are you too hard on yourself? It seems like you're too hard on yourself.
No, I think I'm just having an accurate view of myself.
See, the fact that you said you have an accurate view, because like you're a very funny guy, but I never see you do stand up. Barely.
Yeah. It's
want-
hard. It's just it's so hard, and it's especially hard to get back into stand up. So I was actually just talking about this, is that when you're away for a while and you come back, there's so much more pressure for like those few jokes to be good, because it's like if they're not good, it's like, this is what you came back for. Like you were like,
but every time I've seen you, you've been good.
You crushed. The only time I saw you was at the thing that
Yeah,
Was it
you're
the
better
broken
than a
mics?
lot of people, but
who were
yet,
doing it on the
listen,
weekly.
I'm like, and by the way, like you say, I'm hard on myself. Like I agree with you. Like I'm better than a lot of people, but that doesn't mean that I think I'm great. It means I think a lot of people suck.
I know.
Yeah.
I get that. I
Yeah.
get that. A lot of people do suck.
Yeah, and I
But-
know, like I have comics that I respect. They're like, "Oh, dude, you're good. Like you're not one of the people that should give up." So like I appreciate everyone's, but I'm like,
It's also a commitment. It's a big commitment.
yeah,
It
Like
is.
if you're gonna do it and want to like make it, it's a commitment every week.
But I wrote a joke the other day. I'm like, it all comes down to is like writing a few jokes you're excited about, and like I have a few jokes I'm excited about. It's just a matter of
Getting
going
Going
to
up,
go do it. Yeah,
Maybe we'll get you to go up.
yeah.
check is going to be your motivation.
Sometimes it's just a matter of
I'm everybody's motivation to not do what I'm doing.
sometimes it's just a matter of being around it, like having like doing podcasts and like
Mm-hmm.
feeling like you're back in the
I
In
feel
the
like in a
mix a
couple
little.
months, after doing this with us,
Yeah.
you're going to be back in the game.
I'm open to the idea of it.
I
Yeah,
hope so.
yeah.
I hope so.
Yeah.
And well, I would love to keep going on this first episode back, but I had to take a look, and the Knick game is coming on soon.
Yeah,
and we're
Jesus.
not in the
You're a fan?
playoffs often.
Chick-
I'm a big.
big-
I look
big-
like a fucking mascot right now.
Yeah.
But I want to get some picks in before we wrap
All
it
right,
up,
get your picks in.
and I got some good stuff. One of these was recommended to me from Dennis Rooney.
Okay.
It was Kunk on Earth.
Yes.
Did you ever
yeah.
hear of this?
Yeah, I believe he talked about it on your. Didn't he talk about it on?
Well,
your,
he mentioned it on me to tell me
Yes.
to watch it, and I finally watched it, and yeah, it's fucking hysterical.
funny, yeah.
So it's like, yeah, Diane Morgan, who, what else is she? I feel like I've seen her, and I don't know much about
She's
her.
got
But
a familiar face, but
Yeah,
I don't.
she
He was
did.
also in that the Ricky Gervais show.
that's why
Life After Death.
Yes,
Oh,
I
okay.
love that
She
show.
was like she was
that's
one of the,
where she
was one of the
from.
office mates
Yep.
from that. Like, yeah,
Dude,
she's very funny in that.
The
too,
whole
yeah.
time I'm like, I know her from somewhere, and where is it? And I actually, that's it, the Ricky Gervais show.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, she just goes into like the whole history of humankind with like, and she interviews like politicians and historians, and it's
No, it's not. Wasn't a, like I agree that it was funny too, but didn't you find it sometimes a little too ridiculous? Like she was like,
It is
like,
a little-
like nobody's this dumb. Like
I always, that's my only concern with some of these is I find it hard to believe that the people who are getting interviewed don't realize
Yeah,
that it's a joke.
and it's like they must be thinking, oh, is she like special needs, this person?
Yeah.
Because like she just said the dumbest thing anyone's ever. Like, yeah.
And I mean, it is, it's funny, but yeah, part of me thinks it might.
They probably have to go through a lot of people to like. It's real,
But
right?
then you sit there.
Yeah,
she's
I-
not
I
like
think
she's
it's real, but
yeah,
who
that's what I'm
knows?
saying. It's
Yeah.
it's funny because it comes off.
I only watched 2 episodes, so I didn't.
I think I
didn't
watched
get too
2
far.
as well. Yeah.
Well, I did that, and sticking in that kind of mode. Jury Duty. Has anybody
Oh,
watched
no,
that?
I'm
excited.
enjoying that.
So that's on Amazon Freevee, whatever it's called. That shit is fucking hysterical.
Yeah, it's very
and
funny.
James Marsden is absolutely phenomenal
great.
in it. So for those listening, it's basically they have a ton of actors and one person who's not an actor, and they put together a mock jury selection and mock civil trial. And it's just like the craziest shit is going on every day. And the guy who's not the actor is just like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
And it's just so well, I mean, it's got to be real, right? Like you think,
I guess so, but that was another thing where it's like
I think he's starting to doubt the realness
Yeah.
of it, but it's making it funny too because he still, I feel like, does think it's kind of real. Like he's
Yeah.
taking it serious. But the things that are just it's so well. It's a fucking.
I
I've been
definitely
laughing
enjoy it.
out loud during it.
I definitely enjoyed it. It's a good one. You put me onto that one.
Yeah, that one, and then
Sometimes I get a early chicks pick.
Chicks pricks.
Chicks prick.
Chicks Prick.
I get an early chicks pick, and I get on it.
And then the last one I watched, which is also a doc that's fucking awesome. It's called Catching Lightning. Now, this is a Showtime docuseries about Lee Murray, who was a British UFC fighter. Who there was like this whole it's like a legend of this fight that happened after UFC 38 in London, where there was a brawl in an alley outside of like a post-fight party when it closed down, where there was like dozens of professional fighters who got into a brawl in an alley. And it was like Tito Ortiz wound up getting knocked out by this guy, Lee Murray, who was unknown at the time. Like, he was kind of a name coming up, but nobody really knew who he was. And Tito was like the guy in UFC, and he knocked him out. And the guy wound up having some criminal issues that prevented his career from going any further in the UFC, and he wound up committing the biggest robbery in world history.
In world history.
In world history, it was like there's $55 million was it was like he stole X amount of pounds or quid or whatever the fuck it was,
Right.
and they said it was like $55 million in dollars, and they still haven't found $55 million. I think it was $92 million they stole.
Oh my god.
And he got caught for it. I mean,
He wound up getting caught. Yeah, no, it is what it is. The guy wound up getting
are these
caught.
all spoilers?
It's a spoil, but not really. Like,
Okay.
yeah, he got caught.
Sometimes we get spoilers. Sometimes
He's
we barely
talking
get a plot.
the video, the whole documentary. He's giving his narration through. He's in prison. Like, you can
Something-
tell he's in jail.
yeah.
But
Something
he,
tells me there's plenty of details in the story that you left
that
out
I'm
that
omitting.
are
Yeah,
worse.
there's a lot of
that are worse.
details I'm omitting that are fucking fantastic. I don't want to give the whole thing away, but it's an insane story.
All right.
From his career in UFC to what the guy did outside of the UFC. It's absolutely nuts.
Nice.
And it's one of those docuseries. It's not too short or not too long. Like,
That's what I like.
No, it's not too long, but it's not. It's 3 or 4 episodes.
3 episodes is perfect for me.
But it's awesome. So those are my 3, and that's on Showtime.
All right. I just want to give send you guys over to another podcast after you listen to this. I just did. I watched Psycho for the first time.
That was,
And
I watched it
and I
because of that.
loved it. I've never seen Psycho.
The original Psycho.
Original Psycho, and I did.
Never saw the original.
Never did the original.
Wow.
Never saw it. But I did. Again, Dennis Rooney getting 2 shout-outs today, and Mike too. We have a podcast called Netflix Book Club. So I did that podcast last week, and it's out now, and
That's
it was
fun.
fun. It was fun.
That's-
I
yeah,
enjoyed it. I like when podcasts make me watch something. Like, I sat down. It's almost like a homework. I never liked homework. As
I
a
love
kid.
how you didn't know I thought you at least knew the movie, like the ending to the movie.
didn't.
The fact
Isn't
that
that
you
crazy?
didn't, that's mind-boggling to
Well,
me.
look, because I knew.
You've seen.
Yeah.
Okay.
I knew. What's his name?
Norman Bates.
Norman Bates, the Psycho. I knew that, but then I didn't. I was like, oh, maybe the mother.
It's like Friday the 13th, where the
Yeah,
mother's
it
the
was-
original killer.
It was.
Or was
I
that
don't-
Jason?
I don't know.
I don't know.
No, Jason,
but
I'm sorry.
I was just yesing him. But I enjoyed it thoroughly. I want to watch more Hitchcock movies, and so check out that podcast. I don't think it was funny because it was more of like.
I think a podcast is supposed to be funny.
They don't
I mean,
have to
it's
be funny,
Yeah, I mean,
but I
it's
think
funny
it
at
was
times,
good. You
but
know,
yeah.
we it was interesting. So
filming-
How much
I'm
did
doing.
you? No, go.
I'm doing Sunday. I'm filming.
Oh,
with them,
nice.
so I
What are
gotta-
you doing?
I got to watch Father Stew tonight or tomorrow.
Oh, the one with
Father
Mark
Stu.
Wahlberg.
Yeah.
Is that? Do you think that's going to be any? Have you seen it yet?
No, no, it wasn't. So they gave me a few options, and I said, I think I want to do Father Stew. I think the other one's probably going to be a better movie, but I'm going to like this conversation about Father Stew.
What was
It's-
the other
It's
one?
always more entertaining to talk about a bad movie.
I
than a
agree
good
with
movie.
That's what I
Yeah.
said. I was like, Psycho is like,
Like,
it's
oh
too
yeah, it's
good.
great.
Like, I
What-
can't
that
talk
was
shit
great.
about it.
Oh, then what happened? Yeah, that was great. But it was
Psycho
something-
is such a well-made movie. It's really the only thing you could really do is just talk about how well made.
My only
it is.
problem
Yeah,
was
but it's not, that's not entertaining. To
It's
like
a little
other
out
people.
of date with some of it, but not even.
not even. It still holds up. My only issue was there wasn't enough blood when she's getting stabbed.
That's the whole genius that they say of that scene, is that he did. There's so much. It's such a terrifying scene without seeing any kills.
Yeah.
Without seeing any blood.
I get that.
You know what? Like that scene is so well done, and there's no gore in it.
I have nothing.
You could almost show that scene to like a kid. No, you know, like a kid who's watching a horror because it's not gory.
Yeah, I have nothing bad to say. It was really interesting, and I enjoyed the hell out of it.
Go on Stars and watch the movie about that scene. It's just a ton of directors
there's
talking about that scene, and it's fucking really interesting.
Right.
Interesting. Yeah.
What was
I only like to listen to that
instead of Father
podcast
Stu?
when I have heard the.
Yeah.
I forget. It was like a kind of like I could look at the text, but
All right, no, it's not
What
that
was it?
important. I can't wait for them to ask me for. I've been texting Rooney on the thing about the movies that we're watching. I'm thinking,
Oh, good.
eventually I'll get an invite.
Yeah,
maybe.
I mentioned
That's what I'm
you.
saying. Yeah,
I mentioned you on the podcast. And I'll be at Master Grill in Massapequa this Friday, baby. If you want to
Master Grill.
I think it's a restaurant. I don't know.
Oh God,
Holy Spider.
never even heard of that one.
Who's doing that?
I don't know. He gave me options, so they must have recorded that. Last
Yeah, I
week
got
or-
options too.
Father Stu's a true story too, right? I
Is
think
it?
it's,
I
I
don't
think
know.
it's supposed to be a true story.
Oh, I don't know.
But
Yeah, I just thought there's a good chance it might be bad, and then
it might be.
It's fun
It didn't
to
look
play
good.
a
I
movie,
haven't
yeah.
even watched that, but
But Birds is on my list next, so they know that.
Have you
Birds,
seen
I will
Birds?
watch.
No, I
love
think the
Birds.
only Hitchcock I've seen is Psycho. So
Oh,
Psycho.
really?
yeah, so I have a list of movies over there, like classic movies I wrote out that I want to see, and there's a few Hitchcock on it. Vertigo,
yeah.
Vertigo, and Birds.
Vertigo.
I think
is something I
Vertigo,
wanna-
North by Northwest is a good one. I think it's North by. I have a bunch of Hitchcocks that I've seen. So I got some of the movies I have to like
One
refresh
of
my
them called
memory.
Rachel or something like that.
Rebecca.
I just watched.
I watched all of Hitchcock, not all, but a lot of his special. You ever see Alfred Hitchcock Presents? And it's
No,
so
it's kind of
on
like Twilight
Peacock.
Zone-ish type of thing,
It's
right?
exactly like Twilight
Yeah.
Zone, but it's just our Hitchcock mysteries and stuff.
Yeah.
Love that. I watched a ton of those. I
could do
grew
a-
up loving Hitchcock.
I think I'm gonna do like I've been doing like a movie every day, so I think I'm gonna do like a month of like Hitchcock.
You'll love it. It's great.
I'm
Yeah.
definitely gonna get more into it. I enjoy
I just watched my first Charlie Chaplin movie yesterday, which is
I honestly, he's not. I can't get into the
I
silent
got
stuff.
into it.
I liked it.
Did you?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
A whole silent. How long
It
was
was
the
only
film?
an hour.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's good
So,
though.
Yeah.
Where are you finding these?
HBO Max has like every
It has a lot of
Charlie
good shit.
Chaplin. HBO Max is incredible for somebody who wants to like brush up on classic movies.
They have a TMZ
Every time I look,
hook up to it. It's that's one of their sub. It's the
yeah, they own because they own
they own
yeah, like it's
TM.
like there's a bunch of studios or whatever they own, but. I have this app like Just Watch, and like you put in what you want to watch, and it shows you where to watch it, and it's like everything I punch in, like
You know what's
Marlon
good for that?
Brando, old Marlon
IMDb
Brando
too.
movies.
If you go
Oh,
on
they show you on
IMDb,
IMDb?
whenever you see a movie, it says where to watch. It's,
Yeah.
it's pretty up to date on
Yeah.
that's
where
good.
it's on.
Yeah, HBO Max. I mean, like
HBO Max-
that's the one streaming service
Nothing's
I would
touching
not.
that right now.
Yeah,
It came out, and now like after they signed over to HBO Max, it's
well, they have the best like original shows.
yeah. They have
but then also
original
like
shows
but if you
and
look
then
at the
classics.
classic movies they have, like they have so
Citizen
many.
Kane's been on there
Yeah,
forever.
I
They
know,
have.
it's
By the way, do you guys watch Succession at all?
it's the
Yeah,
best show.
I haven't.
on
I haven't
TV.
started this
Dude,
season because I
This season, I
wanna-
can't even talk about it enough.
Wait,
Did you watch the last two?
can I before I know you got to go.
I'm gonna kill you.
But when the big episode happened, that spoiler alert
Yeah.
thing, I won't mention it for people that haven't seen.
The episode after it was better.
I disagree.
Out of your mind.
This last episode was better than the one that everybody said was the best episode of TV that's ever
Yes.
existed.
Because let me, from a character standpoint, all I'll say is
From a character.
no. Just from loving, I thought the way they were jockeying for position the whole episode.
Okay.
And the
They've been jockeying for position
no, but
since
like it
season
really
one.
stepped up. Like I was laughing that whole like maybe it
It
wasn't
was-
a better episode, but it was a great episode.
This is the one thing I want to say though.
Tom and Gregory for president.
I like those guys. It was Easter Sunday when that episode came out. Okay, the big episode that everybody's talking about. I made I'm in a group text with other friends who are like, "Did you see it? We won't say anything. Amazing, edge of the seat stuff." I avoided all day. Okay, about an hour before I'm about to watch it, I'm on Twitter. And goddamn, Howie Rose from the Mets spoils the damn
Wow.
thing for me.
Why would you be on any social media?
Yeah, that's
That's
I
your
wasn't-
fault.
Yeah, but I wasn't
social
thinking
media.
because
You wanna-
usually
You can't go on social media. It's
I
going to be
think
something.
Howie
about it.
Rose would. Yeah, no, because I don't follow anything with that. It just
I still blame you for
Stupid.
that.
It was
It was a
spoiled for me.
sports-
I listened to the Bennington show every day, the Ron Bennington show, and they talked about it. And they said, like, spoiler, like, we're going to spend the next 5 minutes talking about
How is that show?
Bennington?
Yeah,
It's the best.
Bennington is great. Like
No,
I listened to a few of his older.
I thought it
interviews
was
and
so
stuff.
good how they did that episode though, because
Succession?
you doubted the legitimacy of it in the first 5 minutes. Anybody who says they didn't,
Not if you heard from Howie Rose.
Yeah.
No, but you
So
know
they-
what I'm
so they-
saying.
but they gave me a heads up to be like, you can stop listening if you want.
People need to do that.
But I was like, fuck it. I don't know.
Yeah, but if you missed that,
Like, I had it spoiled. Like, I kind of chose. I was just like, I'd rather listen to this episode of Bennington all the way through than not. You know, than
I gotta listen to more Bennington.
it's.
I like
it. Almost makes me embarrassed to do a podcast. They do it 3 hours a day. Ron makes me laugh hard
He's great.
all day, like for 3 hours. He's
great.
just the funniest person who's ever existed. I
Yeah.
truly
Well,
believe
I'm
that.
sorry to embarrass you on our podcast, Ryan.
No, it's but even like I listen to the podcast. I'm like, God, you do an hour podcast a week, and you think it's hard? Like, this guy's been doing this for 25 years. He's funny for 3 hours a day for 25 years. It's like crazy.
Succession.
Yeah, I maybe start. I wanted to wait until it was like I didn't start it at all. I haven't watched the season at all. I wanted to wait so I can kind of just bang out.
Oh, I know my buddy's saying he's waiting too. I binge so much stuff that I like to have a couple shows that I don't binge that I watch on the week. But I just maybe this last episode wasn't better, but I just enjoyed this week.
He's already
so
walking
much.
it back. Didn't take much for us.
Well, no, because you're right. The other one was like it catches.
I heard from like a bunch of people, different people. It was like the best episode of TV that's ever existed. So
I mean, that's also a tough.
yeah,
It's
I know.
tough, but it was pretty damn.
It was pretty damn fucking.
Pretty
good. The
damn
Red
good.
All right,
Wedding.
who's the
was
Knicks? Who are the Knicks playing?
The Knicks are playing the Cleveland Cavaliers game 2 tonight,
Okay.
and I'm probably going to miss the beginning of the first quarter now, and I'm going to backhand B.
Well, you know,
But we are having a good episode.
It's
too.
the last
been
half.
fun.
That's why I didn't want.
It's been
I
fun.
could have cut this. I wanted.
know.
I told B I wanted.
I used to be a diehard Knicks fan, and even in my height of like, I was okay watching the second half of the game.
Well, I don't want to get all the way to the set. I don't want to go
You
too
know,
late.
we'll
But I
get
get it. I got you.
It'll be.
I'm
a
here.
Fast, it'll be
When
a
it- when
fast.
it's-
I'm here. I didn't cut the episode short. Be happy.
You don't think like when it's like 4-2, you're like, Jesus Christ, we got such a long way to go. Like,
Get home. It's like
this game's gonna end like 106-98. Like, and it's right now it's 4-2. Like, Jesus Christ.
you got a long night ahead of you. It's going to be good. But listen,
But this was a fun episode.
Yeah,
and I'm
Ryan
glad to
Brook,
have
thank
back.
you
I have
for-
a
No,
good
it's
feeling
great.
about
Yeah,
things.
yeah.
If you guys made it this far,
We're
thank
gonna,
you.
I'm gonna make sure everything recorded. If
yeah,
there's
you
any,
let us know what we need to do here.
And that's it.
Well, yeah. So
Wait.
the posting. Obviously, you guys usually post like right away. Well, we can
Well,
talk
yeah,
about
but
this
you
after.
do it.
we
Wait,
You
get
it's
don't
done.
not
have
even
to.
recorded on your phone?
No, he did the recording.
It's recording well on here.
Oh, so you're able. So we
Send
have.
me a still shot of like a photo. I don't need this anymore, right?
Well, we're still
we'll
recording.
end
We
it.
can stop. All right. Well, that was it.
We did the end.